Hey dude, did you set up for the party yet?
Yeah, I'm hanging the rise lights up now.
Wait, but they're right here.
Live at the time it was tape, but now you're playing the tape, so it's not live. But at the time it was live on tape. Live on the tape. Live at the time it was tape, but now you're playing the tape, so it's not live. But at the time it was live on tape. Live on the tape. Live at the time it was tape, but now you're playing the tape, so it's not live. But at the time it was live on tape. Live on the tape.
Hi, and welcome back to Live on Tape. I'm Andy.
And I'm Julie, and here are this week's top-ish stories.
In Greensburg, Pennsylvania, a father was found dealing heroin in a maternity ward of a Westmoreland County hospital while people were visiting his newborn. He might not make the best father, but you got to admire his commitment to providing for his child.
A family in Southampton, New Jersey has turned their family farm into a sanctuary for terminally ill dogs. The farm is said to be the cutest graveyard in the entire world.
Former President George W. Bush accused Donald Trump of bullying and perpetrating prejudices at the Bush Institute's Spirit of Liberty event in New York. Who knew it would be the Picasso of dog paintings to finally give Trump the talking to we were all waiting for?
Kevin Duc Vu faces up to 20 years behind bars for illegally importing turtles from Vietnam. After a long trial, he pled guilty last Thursday, stating, "It's just really hard to pretend that it was just a couple of clicks."
Breaking news, California is still on fire and not even George Clooney's cool demeanor can put it out.
The investment firm behind the Fearless Girl statue has been ordered to pay $5 million to 300 women and 15 black employees for underpaying them. Although it seems ironic, the statue symbolically represents the underpayment of white men in the workplace, and the firm was just following its civic duties of equality.
In an attempt to increase tourism, North Korea's Kim Jong-un has renovated a coastal town that serves as a missile and artillery testing site. Wealthy residents can expect luxurious spas, soothing beach days, and dazzling firework displays. They will also be warned of the hordes of mutated Godzilla-esque sea creatures that may or may not come up from the beach one day.
A 24/7 oyster vending machine has been installed in where else but France on the Ile de Ré. As oysters are a natural aphrodisiac, the machine is a perfect representation of the French people, romantic and smelling of shellfish.
Rejoice! In today's tense and adversarial political climate, Southwest Airlines decided they'd give the people what they've been clamoring for. Flights to Hawaii, finally.
The Boy Scouts of America announced that this week they'll be accepting girls into the troops. Of course, they don't want to give up the all-male tradition, so the girls can only participate in 70% of the activities.
In a sign of the end of the world, the Mexican beer manufacturer Corona has recently surged in popularity by 13%. The parent company, Constellation Brands, is adding Corona Premier and Corona Familiar to the family of products to be distributed across the United States. Great. Now I can order watery, piss-flavored beer nationwide.
Netflix recently announced a price hike in their 2 upper-tier price plans. Whoever pays for my ex-boyfriend's roommate's cousin's account is not going to be happy paying those extra $2 a month.
This week, Google had to scramble to release a patch for their new Assistant Google Home Mini when a blogger realized it had been listening to everything he had said since he got it. And to be honest, my girlfriend is really just happy someone's listening to her.
Popular toy manufacturer Mattel also got in trouble for listening in on their customers. This time, however, they had to recall their Smart Baby monitor after backlash about customer privacy. And to think, they almost got away with all that juicy blackmail material on those sneaky, no-good babies.
A 68-year-old man had a near disaster this past summer when he found his winning lottery ticket just 2 days before it had expired. He found the ticket in an old jacket pocket, but if I had been in the same situation, my ticket would have looked just like this, just a mess, and I would have lost many, many monies.
And we're live on tape, so stay with us. Boop.
LeBron.
All right, hello. Today we have an interview with Gretchen Wyant. She is a local vegetarian, and we're going to ask her some questions today. So, Gretchen, just to get a little bit to know you, what's your year?
I'm a freshman.
And what's your major?
I am a hospitality management major.
Amazing, amazing. So, when did you become vegetarian?
Around 11th grade in high school.
Very nice. So what factors went into you deciding to become vegetarian?
For me personally, I find it easier to eat healthy. You know, I can avoid eating a sausage in the morning and stuff. Instead, I can make eggs, which is a way healthier protein. And I'd like to say that it's for animal preservation and stuff, but I just really don't eat meat that much anyways.
She's just being honest. Nothing wrong with that. So what are the stigmas around vegetarianism that annoy you, irk you?
I think it's a lot of people think that vegetarians think that we're better than other people, which I don't think that.
I don't think you're better than me.
Oh, thank you. It can get annoying because I'll say I'm vegetarian and people will be like, okay, and they sort of get a look, and it could be worse, I guess, but there's definitely a look.
Yeah, okay. So what kind of things would you say to people who are skeptical of vegetarianism or don't know if they want to become one yet? What would you say to kind of push them towards becoming one if they're thinking about it?
I definitely talk about it's definitely helpful for the environment because cows actually produce a lot of I forget exactly what gas.
I know what understand.
It's bad for the environment.
We all know.
It's bad, so I talk about that. I definitely talk about how it helps me eat healthier. That's just a personal thing. You can definitely eat unhealthy and be vegetarian, but those are my top things.
A lot of people criticize vegetarianism as not being able to get the protein you need because you're not eating meats. But what do you eat to fulfill those nutrient requirements?
Well, I'm a big fan of tofu, and I can't get that as regularly on campus as I could at home. But I always eat a lot of nuts. I eat tofu when I can. There's a lot of other ways you can get it. Eggs. I eat eggs a lot. Yeah.
And beans. Beans. Did you ever find it hard to cut out meat or animal products? But I suppose you said that it wasn't really in your diet anyways.
Yeah, I didn't eat a lot of meat to begin with. There were a couple meats that, I loved that was,
there's a couple meats you love.
Yeah, you get some cravings. So that was kind of tough. But I started out slow and sort of moved my way into it. And I don't feel those cravings as much anymore, so.
So what kind of food do you eat on a typical day?
Well, for breakfast, I normally have a granola bar with peanut butter. And for lunch, I always have a salad with lunch and dinner. And something with beans in it usually, or I'll get wraps a lot, but just with vegetables in them, which is surprisingly good. You wouldn't think so, but they're good. You get cheese in there. It's good stuff.
Amazing. So being vegetarian has a lot of restraints. Do you typically make your own food, or do you have any favorite establishments that are good? And what do the options on Penn State say about it, and are they helpful?
Yeah. When I lived at home, I definitely made a lot of my own food. I like to cook, and it's just easier to make your own food. On campus, it's tougher, I would say, to eat vegetarian, but it's definitely not impossible. They have lots of options. Lots of, the salad bars have lots of stuff to put on your salads to, mix it up. And they have lots of vegetarian options. Restaurants I like to go to. I like Fiddlehead. They make big salads. You can put whatever you want in them. Yeah.
It's a big salad for a little girl. Is it expensive? Is it expensive?
Right now, not really, because I'm just on campus, so my campus meal plan is the same as everybody else's. I think it can be kind of expensive, but I don't really know because I'm not out like buying foods for myself. I know I hear people say that produce can be pricier than you would think it is, but I don't really know.
So, were you aware that there's a vegetarian club at Penn State?
Yeah, I heard about it, and I was kind of busy this semester, but I'm definitely planning to look more into it next semester.
Oh, that sounds like a fun little group to join. So, well, this was Gretchen Wyant and her insight on vegetarianism. So thanks for having us, Gretchen. Thanks for us having you. You're welcome.
Thanks.
And we're live on tape. Stay with us.
Good day, mates, and welcome back to the wild world of wilderness. On this episode, I'm going to be taking you into the hearts of State College, where we can view the vastly growing population of the wild vegetarian. As new habitats for these creatures pop up everywhere, salad bars and vegan cafes, they have been becoming more populous. And so I'm going to let you guys in on the magic of what's going on with nature. Crikey, we got one. Look at the way this marvelous creature eats all the greens. She doesn't save anything. She just takes it all. Nature's beautiful.
With vegetarians, these regular pathways become well-worn tracks. This is the hub of sorts where they congregate together and try to grant a bigger herd. You can witness these vegetarians trying to attract members to their herd right now. Take a look.
So I was thinking after our hot yoga sesh, maybe we can go get some salads and talk about political discourse.
Amazing.
So we tagged the vegetarians from the previous location and we tracked them here. It even appears that large meat corporations are targeting this confusing demographic. Take a look at this dingo's order.
They've recently introduced a veggie burger option. It's actually really good. See?
Fascinating.
Cut.
Is that fucking real?
I don't know.
Is this, who would do that?
I have no idea. This is why we're doing this.
Alright, we got a wild vegetarian in our sights. I'm gonna try to lure him a little bit closer for the cameras. I don't think he's taking the bait, but luckily I got a crew of professionals here and we're gonna go in and get a closer look for you. So on the count of 3, we're gonna rush him. 1, 2,
3! Oh my god! Look at this beautiful creature. Look how marvelous and perfect it is in its serene environment. Oh, and look at this. Its rows of teeth, so similar to regular humans, but used for such different purposes. Oh, blimey. What's this? A tiny tree? This must be the fountain of youth, and where they tend to live 6 to 9 years longer than most normal humans. Fascinating creatures. Look at this one. Oh, what a good guy. Alright, well, that's the show for today, mates. But join us next week as we travel out east to the vast land of Beaver Stadium, where we'll uncover the new species of tailgaters. I'm Smeve Smirwin. Good day, mates.
Who took all the razor blades?
Live at the time it was tape, but now you're playing the tape, so it's not live. But at the time it was live on tape. Live on the tape.
Rolling.